Hi, today I'm showing you a demonstration of an application that I've been creating. This is sort of a visualization tool for the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Myers-Briggs, or MBTI, is a personality assessment used primarily around the psychology community. It's also used a lot predominantly in the like Fortune 500 companies. They type the members on their team and find out how personalities best work with each other. It's also used a lot in like love compatibility, friendship matching, that sort of stuff. So essentially what it is, and you'll have to, I've provided some links on MBTI down below in the story section if you want to do more research. But essentially what it asserts is that every person belongs to one of 16 different personality types. Mine, for example, is called INFJ. We're the rarest of types. We're like the psychologists of the world. And we represent probably something like 1% of the population. That stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging, which judging means like rational decision making. Perceiving is more taking in things the way that you would see it. Anyway, so this app, what I've essentially created is a layout of the different kinds of cognitive functions within each type. They break it down into whether you're intuitive, which means abstract thinker, or more sensory details. That would be like processes things. You would probably be better at processing like sports statistics, different statistics of different kinds. And then on the other lateral, you've got feeling and thinking, which the two between there would obviously be feeling would be more in touch with, that personality type would be more in touch with their emotional side, let's say, and the thinking would be more rational decision making. So what I've essentially done here is created this so that you can compare different types. So like here, for example, I'm comparing an INFJ type to its polar opposite, which would be an ESTP. That stands for extroverted, sensing, thinking, perceiving. So here, what I'm doing, and I'll scale in a little bit, is going through the different functions between those. My primary function would be introverted intuition, then it goes down to extroverted feeling, introverted thinking, and then my least dominant function would be extroverted sensing. On the other side of this, with the ESTPs, they have extroverted sensing, introverted thinking, and extroverted feeling, and then their last one would be my first one, which is introverted intuition. On the other side of this is called their shadow functions, and according to Dario's test, these primary and shadow functions are developing at the same time. So where your primary might be introverted intuition, the primary shadow function in this case would be extroverted intuition, which would typically the shadow functions would come out under like say duress or high levels of stress, etc. So what this really does is it helps kind of break down how you interact with different types of people. Let's go for some other examples here. Let's say INTPs. Most of the time, you're going to see INTPs be your programmer types. And you can see already their primary function is introverted thinking and how it compares with mine. ISFJs, a lot of different artists are ISFJs, and they're introverted sensors and secondarily extroverted feelers. INTJs, you typically have your scientists, ESTJs, typically going to be, you would typically see ESTJs. They're more the administrative types, and you'll see them a lot in high management in companies. ESTPs, kind of your natural alpha male types. What else we got? ENFPs. My girlfriend's actually an ENFP, and you can see that we have differing. We have basically the same cognitive functions, just in the shadow of each other. So we actually make a good complementary couple. But those are just a few examples. So what I'm ending up doing with this is building this out. With the final app, I'm going to have to get Unity Pro and the licenses for iOS Pro and Android Pro. That in total cost $4,500 right there. And then I have to buy I'm going to get a small Mac platform to deploy on, like a Mac Mini, and then I'll need an Android tablet, which that total may only run about $1,000, so $5,500 there, and then the Apple developer connection is $100 a year, and hopefully the buffer, I've set the goal at $10,000 to kind of include development on this. After I get done with this project I'm wanting to start on, I've got ideas for about 4 different game projects that I'm wanting to put up there on Kickstarter and get those going. I'm working as a freelance developer right now, but unfortunately it only pays just about enough to get by on bills, so I haven't had any kind of money to save up for doing the stuff I really want to do, which is developing mobile apps on my own, getting those distributed, working with other developers and mobile companies. But I've worked within the corporate scene. I've done websites for Pepsi, Clorox, Pizza Hut, Third Federal Bank, CVS Pharmacy. I've worked on a lot of different websites for companies in the past, but trying to get my foot in the door doing the things that I really want to do. So hopefully this application will be a benefit to people in the psychology community, MBTI community, even in the business world. And I'm going to develop it, probably release it on the App Store as like a 99-cent app, and do it on iOS and Android. And then after that, hopefully get into doing some games and some fun stuff with it. So I look forward to your contribution. Thank you for your time, and I will see you later.